Welcome to the Digital Chair by Salon Monster, the podcast for indie beauty pros and small salon owners who'd rather be themselves than follow the rules. I'm your host, Liam, and this week we'll be talking with Renee and Sadie of Shadow and Shear about making booth rental work when you're only behind the chair 3 days a week. I hope you enjoy. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Where should we start? I'm just going to ask you, why don't you say your names and how long you've been doing hair for?
Yeah, I'm Renee. I've been doing hair for almost 6 years now.
Okay.
I'm Sadie. I've been doing hair for almost 7 years.
Nice. And where do you work?
We have our own little micro suite called Shadow and Shear. It's currently in Gastown.
Okay.
We'll see where we...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you opened that not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in a commission shop before that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely. It did both structures. So it
Right.
did, it would help build up newer stylists in the
Yep.
industry. And then once you hit that threshold, then you
Rent a
start
chair.
making the commission.
American. Okay,
Yeah,
right. Hourly
yes.
or commission.
Yes.
Got it. What was that transition like? Going from being an employee to being self-employed?
Oh man, our story's kind of strange for it. I don't even know how to get into it really quickly.
We were looking into breaking off for a couple of months, and we had a lead on our space, but we weren't going to know for a few months, so we were just kind of hypothetically preparing as much as we could without spending money or putting things into like a permanent place. And then when we did find out, it was very quick. And
It's like 10 days. We opened
Whoa.
our salon in 10 days.
yeah.
Whoa.
From like when we knew to when we could get in.
I knew you were moving quick from when I first talked to you. I didn't understand.
Yeah, so again, like we did all of the things online that we could do that wouldn't have like huge consequences if we didn't go ahead with it. And then when we found the space, we had an idea and we were in correspondence with the person, but we hadn't signed the lease until like a month or so. It was quick.
I think it was
really
about
quick.
a month before we went in.
Yeah.
And then they were able to give us a couple of additional days. And then we opened 5 days after the start of the month to add some more days.
Yeah, our lease was on the 1st, and we're like, we're starting on the 5th.
Nice. Get
Yeah.
it.
So we got it done.
And we got it in the last couple of days of June. So we ended up having 10 days. And we also needed time to market and tell our clients and start setting up our books. So we left a month before.
Yeah.
Even though we'd been hoping to stay longer, we had to take a month off before. So we did a lot of prep work for 3 weeks, and then acted like maniacs for 10 days while we set everything up.
Yeah. We go hard.
That's
There's no chill, but like it's fun.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
That's really bananas.
Yeah.
When did you know you wanted to try being independent?
Okay, so this is my doing.
Okay.
So I knew before I started my, I switched salons midway through my, 5-year career. And when I started the new salon, I was very transparent with the owner. I said, hey, I'm at a point right now where I don't know if I actually want to rent a chair or come into the salon. The reasons why coming into a salon as a commissionable employee is that I want access to the education, I want the community, and I want room to grow within my peers. Either that or I'm going to go on my own.
Yep.
One or the two. And we had a very in-length discussion about it. And we've actually built a really great relationship because of that, because I've been so straightforward. And I was there for about a year or two, and I'm like, it's time to go. And the reason for that is just because, like, I love the salon environment. I also have, like, 10 years of management retail experience, and it's really hard for me to separate that into being an employee within somebody else's space, and I can be really respectful of that, but there's things that I want to do and run on my own. Sadie and I became really good friends in those 2 years, and I broke the news to her sooner than everything moved fast.
It was the end of the year or the start of the year, like right on that cusp, and she was like, hey, just so you know, in the upcoming year, I'm going to start looking into this transition and be moving on.
Okay.
And I was like, you can't leave me or I'll have to quit hair. and go back to college and become a librarian. I'm going to have to start my life over. And she was like, yeah, or, you know, you could just come with me and we could do something together. And I was like, you're inviting me.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're literally
That's
inseparable.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. It's so different to have a buddy when you do it.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is so scary on your own, even if you're the one that wants to do the things the most and it's cool with initiating.
Yeah.
It's so scary doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
This is a really tough industry. I had a really hard start in it myself.
You and me both.
So at that point, I was like, great, I'm now talented enough, have done enough of this to kind of fly under the radar, do a good job, bring in my clients and not ruffle any feathers and survive.
Yeah.
And that was just the path I was on. And then Renee was like, no, but what if we had a good time? And I was like, oh my God.
How would that even work?
You can have a good time at work?
Yeah.
So now I have a good time at work.
That's
We had
amazing.
A lot of fun, yeah.
That's awesome. It's really hard, especially early on and when you're working for people. I mean, I did an apprenticeship, and while it was a really cool place to be, it wasn't particularly good for my self-esteem.
No.
I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I'm not a fan of not being really good at things. I don't really like doing things poorly. And I don't know how to get to the place where I'm great at it, but I do know if it isn't great. So I
Yes.
knew enough early on to know that wasn't it, but I didn't know how to make it. It was torture. Yeah. Good for you. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to be a force sometimes that I don't even realize it in myself. And I don't know if it's a little bit of the ADHD, but I'm like, I'm doing this now, and this is what we're doing, and it's a little bit impulsive, but there's a lot of like great energy and momentum with it, and I will bring you along with me.
Yes. Yes. Fellow recently diagnosed ADHDer.
That's funny you said that because you're going around. I'm like, he's one of us.
Yep. Yep.
I can see it.
Gotta do it. What? Did I do it? Am I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It made education very different. I wish I'd known
Yeah.
how my brain worked early on. I trained under a bunch of really talented people, which is great.
Yeah.
But I found the problem is really gifted people, a bunch of it's intuitive.
Yes.
And so when they teach you, it's not the whole process.
No.
It's just got these gaps, and you don't know it has gaps. So when you go to do it, but that's not the same thing, and you said to do that. And because it's intuitive, they don't even know it's there.
It is. It is
Yeah.
that thing too. Like a lot of you ask people that are in different skill sets than you, especially when you're starting out, and you're like trying to understand on a different level of why, and not just like the steps. And then the response that seems to I felt I was always getting was just like it'll just click one day, which there is truth to that. There's things that sometimes you're like, oh, like I understand all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, like education, it's not just like, hey, step 1, step 2, step 3. Sometimes it's like, hey, but I need to understand more why. And like a lot of the times it's like, well, you'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I want to figure that out now because now I'm not understanding the whole concept. So it is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never held a brush
Yeah.
at the beginning of my apprenticeship. Like I'd never done anything with hair. So all of it was so foreign. It's nice at least now that there's videos of everything.
Oh, everything.
There were no videos of anything when I came up. There were
Yeah.
like VHSs and DVDs that product companies sent with really bad product knowledge and maybe part of a haircut.
There's that like one TikTok online. I don't know if you've ever seen it, and it's like a stylist. I'm sure it's an actual, or not a stylist. Sorry, a client, and they're like, point of view, your stylist is about to do your balayage, and they're looking over the corner, and the stylist is at the like computer watching the video of how
Yes.
to do it. It's so true in a lot of ways
Yes.
because like we have so many different ways to do things. It's just like there's no right way. And like that's the fun part is once you get into hair and you can start like, yeah, I know my fundamentals, but like I know what I'm doing, but I'm making stuff up,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty and fun of it. And I think that's where the whole creativity for the ADHD part of it comes in.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. How did you get into hair?
Well, When I moved to Vancouver, my child was 2.5.
Yep.
And I had done a lot of things at that point already, and I was halfway through a degree for communications and poli-sci in the States.
Mhm.
And the reason I was able to do that there was that my parents would watch my child for me. But when we came here, I no longer had that support. And when I looked into transferring into a school here, not only was it improbable for me to expect to afford to go, but I also couldn't transfer the majority of my credits. So I would basically have to start over. My kid would have been at least 8 by the time I was starting anything, and I wanted to go ahead and like launch something and get something going. I had taken a lot of years off to raise her, and I wanted to get going. I didn't want the schooling to take forever. I wanted to set a good example for her. I hate housework, so I was a bad housewife. And I wanted to work on my feet with my hands, doing something creative enough, and I wanted a rotating door of people to talk to because I like to talk. And hair fits all of those things.
Sure does.
So I was like, okay, well, you know, in high school, my hairstylist was always like, you should do hair. And I was like, excuse me, Joyce, I am going to be a Broadway star. I am going to be famous. I don't need this. Don't be ridiculous. Now I do hair. I sent Joyce a basket of flowers and an apology for all of the color corrections I made her do for no money and for thinking I was above her. So then I went to hair school and I was like, well, you know, I'll either like it or I won't like it and I won't continue. And then I did like it. And then I was doing hair and I was like, wow, I actually love this. I didn't know I wanted to be a hairstylist when I grew up.
Awesome.
I knew I wanted to sweep hair.
Oh.
Didn't know I wanted to cut it. That
Okay.
was news.
I don't
What
meet
does
a
that
lot of people that
mean?
want to sweep hair.
When I was a kid and I would go to the stylist, I loved it. And I would always be like, please let me sweep the hair
very
for you.
satisfying.
I loved it.
It's very
Yeah.
satisfying.
You didn't like that?
No.
Oh.
My first job was
I was,
in
like,
a hair
fighting my
salon,
sister for
and
that.
I hated it. I'm
Right.
pretty sure I got fired. And I never thought I would be in a salon again until like 29, 30. So like,
Oh man. So how did you end up in hair then?
kind of same scenario, but not really. I ended up pregnant.
Yep.
My kid's dad worked on set. I was previously doing makeup, doing stuff like on set and other places as well. And then I was like, well, one of us needs to do something different because, you know, it's not going to happen the other way. So, yeah, I was a hair model a lot during my first 6 months of pregnancy.
I'm not surprised.
And I just kind of fell in love with the environment. So
Yeah.
I kind of sneaky went to school on my mat leave. And then at
Nice.
the end of it, I was kind of working in the salon under the radar a little bit before
Mhm.
my mat leave ended.
Doesn't have to be under the radar. I mean,
Well,
I guess that's with the mat leave. That's not uncommon.
yeah. So, but then, yeah, as soon as I got, like after my 6 months of school, I was on the floor. I ended up hustling really hard, and within 4 months had all of my floor days. And like my career started pretty fast for me. I even got into a teaching role within like a year as an assistant
Nice.
because of how quick I went through my program. So yeah,
Amazing.
I've had a lot happen in the span of 2 to 3 years. So
That's impressive.
yeah,
That's some hustling.
it's a lot of hustling.
Yeah, most people don't make it in the industry.
Totally, and
most
I
people aren't
understand
built
why.
to make it
No.
either. Even if you're good at it, again, that's not really why you would make it.
No, it's really hard.
It's really hard. Surviving in the environment of salons can be really hard depending
Yeah.
on where you end up. I mean, they're all hard, but some are really hard.
Especially now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's a client for everyone. So
There
you
is a
just have to
client
show
for
your
everyone.
personality.
Yep. Even if you don't want to talk,
Yeah.
there's a client for
There's a
everyone.
client for everyone.
Yeah.
I used to work with this great girl, and that was her whole thing, was that she didn't really talk. And she's fully booked and super successful
hmm
because her clients love that she's not going to talk to them.
Yeah. It's a bunch of people that want to be left alone.
Yeah, she had to pull me aside at one point and be like, hey, I love it when you assist me because you're really good at assisting, but I need you to stop talking because my clients are complaining.
Right.
Okay. You build
Yeah.
your environment, right?
Yeah.
Was she aware that that's not possible? Or at least for me.
It wasn't
like,
possible
can't
for I
not.
tried really hard,
Yep.
you know? I would do it as long as I could keep my mouth shut, and then I would leave.
You look like you're
Go assist someone else.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Silent appointments are not an option for Sadie.
Yeah, do either of you have mentors early on? Or somebody that sort of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
guided
Yeah.
you in a direction?
Definitely. I don't know if I like directly call them mentors to their face, but like I have a lot of people that I really idolized and looked up to and worked next to, and you know, any second I could watch them. And I'm actually like really good friends with a lot of them now, which is super cool. I was such like a hardcore, as we all were, like Paul Bryant fangirl, and I'm like friends with a lot of them now, which is super cool, and it's fun. Like it's great. And I talk to a lot of them online too, even ones that aren't here local. Like my biggest thing that I tell people is like, if you have somebody that you're obsessed with online that's in the hair industry, like we're not scary. You can just like talk to them. Most of the time they'll tell you what's up and they're going to want to help. And I feel like, you know, I'm really lucky when I started in the industry that I was like kind of in that middle of the old mentality shift with salons to the new mentality where like people no longer want to gatekeep and like we all want to share and support each other. And like it's been really awesome to be able to like understand a little bit of the old traditional way of it all, but seeing how everything's shifting now and becoming a community.
Yeah.
A different community.
So cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
What about you? Any mentors? Or anybody you would consider a mentor?
Yeah, in my first salon job, I got to train under Shimona Henry. I don't know if you know her
Yeah.
or familiar with her work. That was the best because she has obviously came from a background in makeup and photography and did her pinup photos, and that's how she got into hair. So she was so into pinup updos and stuff. And in school I got really lucky, and one of my teachers was like a braid master. So I did a lot of updo work and a lot of braiding in school, and I was really into it.
Awesome.
And getting to do that with Shimona after school really enforced it.
Yep.
And then she also did so many vivids.
Okay.
And yeah, learning with her was really great. I don't think I would have stuck with hair after school if I didn't have that time with Shimona.
Yeah. Yeah. Very few people survive long term after school. I mean, it seems like a bunch of people don't even get a job after school.
It's hard.
I don't know. We were talking about this the other day. Like, I think people don't understand that it's not just hair. So it's such an emotional, intensive toll. And there's the first anxiety part. And I remember my first day, I was like shaking. But, you know, I have a little bit of an effort mentality where it's just like, just got to get over it and do it. And you're going to fail and you're going to learn from that and just continue. But, like, getting over that first little bit, like, even at the salon that we were at, it was just like telling all the new people, like, just push through it. Give it 2 years. Push through it, see if you can make it. It will get better. It will get easier. There's a reason that you're helping and assisting. You are learning from this. I know you don't think you are, but you really are.
Yep.
And like just getting through that push, but also like all of the mental stuff and the impact and it's not a burden, but like the mental load that you bring on, it's so intense and impactful on your mental health. Like my favorite thing to do is to decompose before I get to work. Not decompress. There we go. To decompress.
You could decompose. I decompose more
too.
after work personally as well.
I do it before and then I do it again after. You know, like I'm just like, okay, I need a minute. Get into the day, and then I'm like, I don't even want to talk to anybody after work for like a solid 20 minutes.
That one.
So that one's tough, and I feel bad for our partners and loved ones and whatever, because like they sometimes get the worst version of us when we come home. But the reality is like we deal with really heavy things that our clients go through because we see them quarterly.
Yep.
And we go through their hardest and best moments of life. And that's also the best thing about this job too.
Definitely.
Like, tell me what's up. Tell me what's new. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awful. And you can catch up. And like, it's a reward.
I find the touch aspect of the job makes every relationship intimate immediately.
Yeah.
It's such a strange thing that you can be that close with a person that quickly.
I don't know if you do this. I don't think we've ever talked about this. I always put intention into people's scalp massages. Like I put an intention of like a feeling that I'm hoping for them.
Or you're doing witchcraft.
Energy, you know.
I don't
love
know.
it.
It feels like something you would do.
I do it too.
I was laughing when you were talking about the video, and then you started talking about when you first start and like how nervous you are and stuff. I have this really distinct memory from the first time I had to do a haircut at the salon, where I was like, this girl had the most basic hair ever. She was like, I just want a long layer cut, right? And I was like, how do I do that? Do I even know how to cut hair? What's a long layer? And I ran into the back and was like Googling. I was like watching videos on how to cut hair.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know anything. I just finished school. I knew exactly what to do. But in that moment, I was like,
It was gone.
oh my God.
Oh my, yes.
Now I don't even think about it.
No.
No. Every now and then there'll be a client and I'm like, okay, I actually have to really use my brain for this. Not that I'm not using my brain in any capacity, but it becomes like, you know,
Muscle
get in
memory.
the zone.
It's like
muscle
riding a
memory.
bike. Yeah.
So.
I find sometimes I have to watch that because sometimes I find for me it turns into an overconfidence, and that's where I make all my mistakes. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I can do this as fast as I
let me
want.
tell you,
and
I
you're like, oh, I just cut
accidentally-
myself. Oh, that's good. Yeah, nice. With a
Yeah.
straight razor, that's good. That's bleeding a lot. Yeah, fun.
Totally.
You just described every single day of work.
Yes. Don't-
I
know.
think I'm single-handedly providing 1 year's salary for at least one Band-Aid employee.
I love it. I know I was telling my sweet mate Britt, because she's been doing lots of shags, and I was like, you should try the razor shag. They're a lot of fun. I was saying, if you're worried, pre-Band-Aid, you just Band-Aid all the spots on your finger before you start cutting. So you're allowed to tap your finger with it when you need to. Or put like a rubber thing on. Yeah, and then you don't have to cut it. You just cut the Band-Aid. Yeah.
I'm shocked you just don't have one on permanently.
Yeah, and the cuts are always in the same places.
I like to live I like to live, dangerously.
Yeah.
Or, just use a guarded blade.
I mean, that's one way to do it, sure. It's a different type of a blade. It cuts differently, a guarded blade, I find. I can't get the same angle.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. I
yeah.
don't trust myself.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep, I bled a lot early on. Now I'm pretty good, unless I'm being overconfident. And then,
Yeah.
whoops. Okay, so great. I love hair stories. Were you both at the same salon at the beginning of your careers?
No.
No.
I switched salons. I wanted just a new environment.
Yep.
I was at like a 2+ year point.
Yep.
And I was happy there and content. I just wanted to be challenged and see what else is new. And again, this was kind of where I was like, do I want to go rent a chair and go on by myself, or do I want to continue to go into the second salon? And the second salon, for me, the biggest thing I took out of it was that I was ready, and it just gave me the validation that I had all my anxieties about.
Yep.
So I could have done without it, but I still think there was a lot of value in that. And like just seeing a different workplace culture and environment in a different salon, the whole like green as grass on the other side. All salons have their pros and cons, regardless. So what?
Green is grass on the
You
other
know what
side.
I mean. I mix them all up. I don't even care. Confidently wrong.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to know what else is out there. It's hard if you just do one. What about you? Did you meet at your first shop?
No.
No.
We met at my fourth shop.
Okay. It's a lot of moving early on.
Yeah, my first salon, I was there for 9 months, and that was when I trained with Shimona, and I stayed longer because of my training with Shimona. She was such a great mentor.
Yep.
But the shop overall was a bad fit for me.
Yeah.
And there was a time period where I wasn't sure, like, is this what every salon is like?
Right.
Is this how I can expect to be treated everywhere I go? So am I then wasting my time if I try to find somewhere better?
Yeah.
How long do I stay and give this a try before I've given it all that I can?
Yeah.
Looking back, I should have left a lot sooner, but you live and learn, and I didn't know. I think that if I could like give advice to younger stylists, that's probably the biggest takeaway I had. It's if it doesn't feel like a good fit, it's not. And there actually are other places. It's not the end all be all, and you can go somewhere else. So then I went somewhere else for 2.5 years. That was a really good environment for a really long time. And when it stopped being a good environment, I moved on.
Yep.
I went to Lockett Hair Salon. I don't know if you know Simona. And when I went to Simona, all of a sudden after she hired me, everything in her life changed, and she ended up closing the salon.
Correct.
So she sent me over to the salon where I met Renee. She was like, listen, if I was going to go work for someone else, this is where I'd go. This is the best place for you. You're going to be very happy there. So I didn't like it. I was really upset to have to do so much change in such a condensed period of time. But I just trusted her, and I just went ahead, and she was totally right. And I never regretted that decision.
Yeah. Wouldn't have met otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first day we met, I walked up to her. I'm like, you don't know this yet, but we're going to be really good friends. And she's like, what does this person want from me?
Yeah, I was really scared. I
Ooh,
was like, what are you going to do to me?
What have I done? Why am I here?
And then I held her away for a while.
Yep.
And then our coworker moved in with you.
Yeah.
And invited me over, and then spent the entire time hanging out in her own bedroom, and I was just hanging out with you. And then I started coming over all the time to see you.
That's nice.
Yeah. And now we live a block away from each other.
I love it.
Yeah, and our families are like
I
intertwined.
love it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's great.
Both one kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Similar aged kiddos?
No.
No. Okay.
We forced
All
them
right.
together.
Okay.
We forced mine with hers.
Well,
Yeah.
Mine is almost 11.
right.
She's too cool for this.
Yeah, I mean, 11 is you know everything at 11, and no one else knows anything.
You have no
Oh.
idea.
It's amazing how young they are when they start sounding like Napoleon Dynamite. I was just so surprised where you're like, I thought this was a later thing, and yet it's not a later thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making that sound? Oh. Kids. That's amazing.
Kids are amazing.
So when you decided to make the move to be independent, was it scary?
I want to say the answer is yes, but like, it wasn't with Sadie because we're
Yeah.
just like,
Aw.
first of all, all we ever do is have fun. So, we we work every day, but
Yep.
like, not to be like, oh, we don't work every day, we're having fun every day, but like we do. Like, I love just going to Costco and hanging out. And like, you know,
Me too.
we're just like, we're always laughing, and that's the great thing about our friendship and having this partnership is that like, I'm like, I don't think it's normal for people to like be belly laughing every single day. Like, we have something very special there. So like, when we decided to go and move, we were just like, I don't know, let's just do this together. And like, luckily the things I hate doing, you like doing, and luckily I'm a freak for paperwork and taxes. So like, you know, it really balanced out.
And I like to redecorate retail shelves.
We've had, knock on wood, no hiccups. We've
Yeah.
been extremely lucky.
No, nothing major. Just we couldn't figure out how to charge our machine that one time. But that's the worst thing that happened to
Yeah.
us.
That wasn't a between you two, although I can see how that could create a thing. Yes.
We have a confession.
We
of
have to
that.
tell you.
Yeah,
the
tell me.
story.
We never put the battery in.
You came on the road and you were like, just leave it plugged in. And then the next day we were like, it's still not working. What's wrong with it? And Renee and I were like, there's an extra battery in the back. Let's put that in and see. And that was
Maybe the first one doesn't
battery.
work.
I'm like, I found the problem.
Did I send you information to put the battery in?
I don't know.
Because if I didn't,
Listen,
it's entirely
it's a common
possible.
sense thing.
I mean, is it? If you don't know, you can't know. Note to self:
very
make
good
sure the
parenting.
video explains to put the battery in.
Liam, I didn't watch a video.
Well, I would have to send it to you. It wouldn't just be sitting there. It's one of the weird things about doing this job is I don't have enough time to
Potentially.
create all the documentation I need to create, except it would save me time if I did. I've got a bunch of videos I've made, and I haven't been able to get it together to put it in a folder. Sorry, Denver. So that Denver can turn them into support documents. They're just sitting in this place no one else can access because, you know,
You got time and
yesterday I forgot
life.
to take my ADHD meds, and so
It's
the second half of the day was up.
possible that you did send it to me. And
Maybe.
I looked at it and said, oh, right, and then never looked at it again.
You can't know till you know.
Because you're not the only one.
Was it awesome when did you discover together? Were you there together?
Yeah, it
when
was
the-
very
I
funny.
opened up the bag,
We laughed really
and
hard.
then I'm like, oh,
I'm sorry I wasn't like
And
a
we were
fly
like,
on the wall.
We were like, we're never telling him.
Amazing. I
And
really
then
appreciate
as
knowing
we
it's
sat
great.
Here, I said, should we tell him?
It also makes me feel much better that I'm like, okay, good. It's like I didn't just
there was
sell you
nothing
a
that
faulty
did.
machine
It was
or
user
I mean,
error.
It was
yeah,
user
you don't.
error.
I mean, can't know till you know,
We're like, oh, there's an extra battery. How sweet. That's awesome.
right? What comes with an extra battery? That's great. I'd love that. I really
extra
appreciate
battery.
that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to post that on anything. Oh man,
I have no
that's,
shame,
That is
so.
No, we don't
glorious.
have a lot
That
of
is
shame.
truly glorious.
I know, that was our biggest hiccup. We're like,
That
oh
was our
no,
biggest hiccup.
our machine's not working. It's the day before. We have to message Leah. You show up. You're like, you just got to plug it in longer.
But I love it. I'm super glad that it's not. I don't get to show up much, right?
It
Most
was
things
so-
are like we do like every hour a back and forth message where it's going to take 7 days to
Yeah.
go through like one little process. Not that I fixed it when I got there. I just had to plug it in for longer. But
It was a valid.
did it
got
work
fixed.
plugged in without the
No.
battery?
No.
No, I didn't think it would. No.
You said like, you know, it's a new machine and the battery might be completely dead, so just charge it overnight. And if
Yep.
nothing works in the morning, please let me know.
Okay.
And then we're like,
And you
yeah,
were
we'll
like,
do that.
You were like, nothing worse in the morning. I'll bring my own machine.
Yeah,
over here
yeah, I
tomorrow.
would,
We were
absolutely.
on
You
it.
guys can start. And we were like, oh my God, we almost gave that man a heart attack. And we just did it with the battery in the
That's
machine.
right. I mean, you know, it's a good one. Should have posted that on your social. That would be,
Yeah. I mean, we would have.
yeah.
We were trying to be cool. And then we gave up on your couch. Yeah, it was not that scary to open up the business.
Okay.
Because we are slightly unhinged.
Great. But in the great sort of
In the great
yin
way.
and
In a
yang
Great way.
Yeah.
We had a
we-
great time. I think my favorite part was that Renee decided we were going to do this whole wall with these fake plant tiles from IKEA. She got really hyper fixated on this. She measured, figured out how many tiles we need. She figured out where she was going to cut them. She made me go to IKEA and buy over $200 worth of these plant tiles. We take them back. They lived in my trunk for an unreasonable amount of time. They were very, very bulky. They took up a lot of space. I dragged them up into the salon, and then we put like 6 tiles together to hold up on the wall to see how we liked it. And Renee was like, I hate that. It's really ugly. We're going to take that back.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
then I had
that'd be
to
me.
go back to IKEA and wait in the return line and return all these plant tiles.
Go through.
This
You're so-
is not the first return that I've
No.
been dragged through at IKEA with Renee because she thought something looked good at IKEA and then set it up at home and said it was ugly. So,
Renee's so lucky to have you because if Renee and I are similar in any way, we actually just wouldn't return it. It would
No,
just sit
she
in the
would.
trunk. Oh, would you?
no, she would.
I
It's
still
me
have.
who wouldn't return it. I would leave it sitting in the trunk forever, and then I'd be fine with that.
I just went through my storage locker and found like the thing that keeps kids from rolling out of bed that I never unpacked out of the plastic from IKEA and
Can we sell that
numerous.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
resell it.
Yeah. I try and get the time together to do that. There's a lot of stuff over
Oh
here
my
that's
gosh,
for reselling.
You mean that you have things to do with 2 kids on a business to run? 2
A few.
businesses?
A few.
That's crazy.
I try and not take too much of the credit for the time of the kids because my significantly better half has a much harder job than I'm on work vacation right now.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
so easy.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Oh,
I love it. I love going
work
to work.
vacation.
Work
Oh.
is, I love my kid. And I'm so sorry to all the parents that are like super into their kids. I'm super into my kids, but also having kids is hard. It's hard
Yes.
and slightly awful, but great. And like,
But you
going
need a
to
break.
work
Yes.
is
Yeah.
a break. And I get to talk to humans.
I get to talk to adults at work.
it's amazing.
It's great.
It's
I don't have
really
to
good.
be careful about what I say as much.
You'd love the thing I have now. Eventually, it'll probably happen for you where you want to add something additional to just doing hair. Not that it's not awesome and enough, but I have a sneaking suspicion it'll either be a salon with employees or it'll be a. That's what's so fun about doing Salon Monster and doing hair. It's
Yeah.
like hair's 2 days a week, and this is 24 hours a day, give or take, the rest of the time. And it's really fun, like having a project and stuff that ends every hour or two. Yeah.
I love that. That's what I like about hair.
Yeah.
We talk about this too, like hairstylists all have this like, okay, so first of all, I believe that most hairstylists are probably neurodivergent because we all are creative and need the instant gratification, the talking. It's just such a good environment for us people. But also, I feel like there's like this subconscious pipe dream that we have to do all of these other things with it too.
Mhm.
So we see a lot of hairstylists that have a music career too, or do art, or all of these things, and they all kind of intertwine with each other, but not. And then there's the whole collectives, like how Danger Jones is making that whole collective. They're just like,
Yep.
it's not just about hair anymore. It's about the community of how it goes into everything else that's creative. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
I agree.
It's fun.
Yes.
That's why it's great for us.
Do you two ever go to hair shows?
I've been to a couple of them. I look forward to doing more this year.
Yeah.
I have it on my list if life will let me.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of cool like energy and passion that comes out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's a lot of fun.
Especially the ones that aren't here
Yeah.
in particular.
Yes.
Not that it can't be fine to go to the convention center, but they're not usually
No.
particularly interesting.
Yeah, and I do find like I do struggle a lot with going to those because I find them extremely repetitive.
Yes.
And even with the education part of them, like I do love seeing what everybody's doing, but I do find it difficult to stay engaged with the things that I want to pay attention to because they're always doing it on stage with like 3 or 4 different people. So like finding the education that works really well for you,
Yeah.
I think is super important, but you gotta leave.
Yeah.
But that's the also great thing about being a hairstylist. It becomes a business expense. You got a new vacation, somewhere
right.
to go. So
Yep. Salon Monster. I went for Salon Monster to New York last year to whichever hair show that is. IBS. That's what it is. Unfortunately. I was like, are you sure you want to? Was there somebody in the room that wanted to speak up? They should have. Did no one want to go
Everyone
like,
approve
oh,
this?
that's taken already, just as a heads up, but okay, cool. I went to that, and at the same time, they have the Hairbrain Video Awards, at the same, which I went to that, which was rad. And then next month, I get to go to New Orleans to Bayou Street Blonde.
so fun.
It's going to be fun. Okay, I don't want to take up all day.
That's okay.
But if you were talking to you at the beginning, what's the one piece of advice you'd each give yourselves?
Start social media earlier and be less professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, especially moving. It started happening for me in craft, the salon that we were at. I was really fortunate to have a owner there that really encouraged my creativity. But I just started to drop my mask a lot and then become my true self and be a goofball and do the weirdest things. And like that, really boosted my social media. But also like all of the new clients I'm getting, I know it's a thing, but it's like actually wild to me, the percentage of how many people I'm like, we vibe.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of person I want in my chair. And with the whole social media thing, like I don't have a massive following, but like the local small community and following that you have is in a lot of ways a lot more beneficial to you than having the like 100K plus. I get almost all of my new clients from social media. I'm not even doing it that often anymore, but everybody's coming from there, and they find me because my profile stands out because of my personality.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it.
I wish I stopped listening to there is some merit in going around and handing out stuff, but it's not.
Well, it depends on you, and it
impactful,
depends on who you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
I was listening to Renee so intently that I wasn't thinking about this at all.
Right, that's okay. Just is there something you would tell yourself if you were going back?
Definitely. I would say learning is really hard, and try not to make it a self-defense course, which I still have to remind myself. Don't look at me. I still have to remind myself daily. Just think how bad it would have been before. I've been reminding myself of that daily for 8 years.
Yeah.
And if I think that it's really important as you enter this particular career to be really kind to yourself. And if you feel like you're in a place where you're not being valued and appreciated, you probably aren't. And there's nothing wrong with leaving and finding something else. It doesn't matter how popular that stylist is or how cool the aesthetic is in that salon or how badly you wanted to work there. If you get there and you're not being treated well, that is not your fault, and you should go somewhere that you are vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Yeah, someone should have told all the students that.
It's tough. It's great advice, and yet there'll still be a thing you have to suffer through until you go, oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, that's what that advice
Got it.
meant.
Cool.
Yeah.
This suffering is the thing you're saying I don't need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I'm worth it. Oh, got it. That didn't make sense
Get there
to me.
faster.
Yes. Yeah. Just be better. Be better.
Try harder, do better.
Yeah. Yes. That's awesome. What point? Because you're both doing pretty well on social media. Do you have separate accounts? Do you have a salon account?
We have
I can't
a salon
remember.
account that gets neglected.
Yep.
And
That sounds
then
about right.
It's not true.
While she is taking it off.
That you neglect. Is that
I
right?
I neglect all the social media because it's a huge burnout, but it's worth doing.
Yep. Yeah, my last personal hair post
Yeah.
was in like June of 2023.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now it's just like there's one reel from when I was in New York and the reels that Salon Monster post that I'm a collaborator on.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
not.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a whole job.
It's a whole job.
Yeah, but learning how to utilize it properly, like
Yeah.
people don't realize that the newer generation / millennials and a little bit of us no longer use Google. They're using Instagram, TikTok, all of those things. So using their captions and stuff to write what the Google search engine would be looking for is how you're going to be found.
Yeah.
And what you were saying earlier with not assuming that everybody knows anything.
Yeah.
Or the common sense thing, I like to do with the hashtags and stuff, like, you have to dumb yourself down a lot and pretend you don't know anything about hair, and that's the things that your clients are going to be Googling.
Yes.
Or searching. So if you're, like Vancouver hairstylist, like that's as simple as it's going to be. They're not going to be like balayage hairstyle. Like they're not going to be looking for that. They don't know that terminology. So you kind of have to turn that side of your brain off. And I found once I shifted my mentality to that, being like, how could a 5-year-old find this? It's really changed my engagement or my clientele coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you both big pre-bookers?
Yes.
I won an award last year for my pre-booking.
You can win an award for pre-booking?
When you work at a salon run by Tanya, yes, you can.
That's actually
She's
kind of an
a
awesome
wonderful
thing to do.
Yeah, she's a wonderful team leader.
Wow.
I think she created an award for me because of all of the weird hair things I was doing.
Yeah.
Like I put Shrek on somebody's head.
She creates new awards every year to just honor a couple of her team. She's
Yeah.
really, really great.
Well, we should find a way to do that in Salon Monster, to be like, who's pre-booking the
That'll be
most
fun.
and send them a congratulations. You've done the best job out of this many salons and stylists of pre-booking
Yeah,
the
that's
day
a really
of
fun
the
idea.
appointment. Okay. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Are you both fully booked?
No, but we don't need to be.
Or booked as much as you want to
Yeah.
be? How about?
Yeah, we work 3 days a week. We work 10-hour days sometimes, but
Yep.
we're at a point where we are comfortable. We're running our own business.
Yep.
We can work 3 days a week. It's great as a parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do
That's
hair
co-parenting.
3 days a week.
Yeah, no. I'm aware. That's why I said 24 hours a day when I said Salon Monster, because I was responding to people last night at 10 p.m. I shouldn't give people the impression that I'm available that late. And yet,
Yes.
after everyone's asleep, I am available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 p.m. is the time for us to do things. Honestly, I feel that so much.
I have dinner at 9 after my oldest is asleep, or not
Yeah.
asleep, but in bed. He'll call me in 300 times. But I have dinner,
Yeah.
like Layla and I have dinner at 9. We watch a show, and then I get to work till about midnight,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. I've had to like stop myself before. I'm like, it's 2 a.m. and this client is messaging me and
Yeah.
you're about to book them right in. Like,
Yeah.
setting those boundaries is really
Yeah.
hard
That
for
was,
yourself.
That was advice someone gave me in my second salon, was that I needed to set like a boundary about when I would respond to messages
Mhm.
on my own, because I was doing that and people were like
Mhm.
kind of taking advantage.
Yeah.
And an older stylist was like, you just need to, just because you see the message doesn't mean you need to respond at
Yeah.
11 p.m.
Yeah.
You need to wait and respond during, set hours so that people know
Yes.
that's when you're available.
Wish I could do that.
And it's hard.
If I
Yeah, I'm not saying
If you
I
ask
do
my
that, but
clientele, if I don't respond when they send the message, I'll never remember it's there again.
Yes.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, me too.
I just got another text message just before you arrived from somebody who messaged me first a month ago after they were back from a surgery, and then again last week, and then just now going, are you going to be able to get me in? Should have just said no the first time, but
That's the other thing.
please
too.
book online.
Learning how to say no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Salon Monster thing helps. I do hair Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
I fit 1 or 2 people in on Tuesdays. That's it.
Having other things is a really great.
Boundaries and other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boundaries are hard. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to find out what happens next.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
We don't even know.
we can't wait to find out
whatever that
either.
looks like. However I can facilitate, please let me know.
Thank you.
How can people find you online?
At Shadow and Shear.
At Shadow and Shear on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Love it.
And it's hair by Chrysalis.
Yeah, hair dot chrysalis.
Hair.chrysalis. Chrysalis.hair.
I don't remember it right now.
It's
I have it right here.
chrysalis.hair.
Awesome.
Chrysalis.hair, yes.
And I'm Hair by Sadie's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Thanks, you two.
Yeah, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thanks.
Have fun.